Hi, my name is Leanne and welcome to another Dex from the Graphic Design School. Today we're going to go through how to create gold text in Illustrator. So using a foil bitmap image and placing that in your logo or type, and then also creating a gradient like that and using Illustrator to create that gradient and creating the illusion of gold type or logo. That's the same one on white, and then also creating a glitter logo. So what we did here was use a vector that's been created from a bitmap using image trace in Illustrator. So make sure that you read the brief and choose a level that suits your experience in Illustrator. The tools we'll be using today are creating compound paths and clipping masks, pathfinder tool, image trace, using gradients, appearance, and also library. So to begin with, I'm going to start with the logo as it stands in black and white. So perhaps you have got a logo and your client wants to create something special for an invite or for social media. This is the perfect opportunity to use the gold. As you know, it's quite popular at the moment. So this is my logo. The type is still not outlined. First thing I'm going to do is just select it, go type, create outlines, and then when I go into outline mode, you'll see it's outlined, but it still is as separate paths. If you want to paste an image inside that logo, you're going to have to create one path. So select it, go to Pathfinder, go to your Unite tool and click it, and then you'll find when you move it, it is one. But what happens when you unite a path is it still is made up of a group of layers, as you can see there if you open up your layers panel. What we want to do is create a compound path, because if I try to put the foil image inside that type now, it might disappear, and I'll show you what happens. I'm just going to close that up. So if I place my foil image behind that type, scale it down just a little bit, send it behind my type. I'm just going to move it down so I can get some of that rich gold in that. If I selected my image and my background and I try to make a clipping path, Command 7 or Object, clipping path, make, it would disappear. So I'm just going to go back. What you need to do is create a compound path. So if you open up your layers, you'll see what happens when I create my compound path. Go Object, clipping path, compound path, Command 8, make. What it does is it creates a compound path, so it becomes one. So now when I select my logo and my foil, if I go Command 7 or Object, clipping mask, make, there you go, my foil will be inside my type. Brilliant. I'm going to create a lovely background for that. So you can create a solid black background, which will look really nice. Send it behind, that your logo pops out of that. Or I'm going to create a gradient on that. If you select your gradient tool, I like to pull it out so that I can see what's going on. Pull my color out too. And you can just select the default. I like to start with a dark color in the background because I can kind of see that my logo has got dark at the top and my light is coming from the bottom. I'm going to change the angle to 60. No, 30. No, minus 60. There we go. So I'm going to start with black in the corner. I'm going to add another gradient over here, and maybe one here. I'm going to make this one a 90. So it becomes really dark. And the last one, maybe about 70. There we go. So I have my gradient. I'm just going to move my gradient panel out of the way and my color panel back. Then what I'm going to do is place a bitmap image on top of that. Command place. Got a snakeskin saved. If I place that on top, you'll see it's quite contrasty, and even when I send it behind, it doesn't really allow my logo to stand out. So select your image, go to Appearance, go to Opacity, and bring that right down to about 30 and multiply it. There you go. And then you get that lovely subtle background with a bit of lighting in the corner. The next logo we're going to create is using gradients. So just go to your artboard, to your layers, close it up. I'm going to double click on this and just call that foil. So remember that's our foil treatment. Just select it, drag it to duplicate it. Double click on it so it's on my screen, and I'm going to call this one gradients. So this time I'm going to select my logo, go object, release, clipping mask release to get that foil gone. Go into outline mode, select your logo, and what I would do is just change it into a white so that I can actually see my logo. We're then going to go back to our gradient tool, just drag it out. Drag out your color palette too. So we're going to create a gold. I'll select that and click on my gradient tool. It will just give me the gradient that I just used as a default. I'm going to create my own gold. So to delete a color, you just kind of click on one and just drag it out. I'm going to click on this and create a lovely rich brown on one side. Double click on it. I'm going to use my Slim White Cake. And to create my rich brown, I'm going to go 50C, 70Y, 80 yellow, and some black, 50 black. So if I want to just duplicate that one, so I don't have to type it all out again, just hold on your Option key and just drag it to get another one. I'm going to just pull this one out and drag it all the way to the end. I'm going to make this end a little bit darker, make it 70 black. Great. I'm going to add one right in the center. This one I'll make a caramel color. So I'm going to make it about 25C, 40 magenta, and 65 yellow, and take out the black. And click just to the right of it, and make more of a yellow color, so select that one. And in your color palette, just make it 0 cyan, 0 yellow, 0 magenta, and make it about 35 yellow and 0 black. And again, to duplicate that one, I want to pop another yellow on the other side of the brownie color. So hold down Option, click on it, and just drag it to duplicate it. I'm going to create one more color over here. Just click, and just a slightly warmer color than the yellow that we have. So 10 magenta, 60 yellow, and just a little bit of black. And then I'm going to hold on my Option and just drag another copy there. And I like to have the gradient going at an angle. So just select an angle for your gradient. See what works with your background. There you go, I like that. So I'm going to put that back, put my gradient back. And there is my background with my gold in Illustrator using gradients. So as I said, that works really well also on a white background. The last method we're going to do is creating a vector glitter logo. So I'm going to create a glitter. Select your logo again, and we can just make it black again. I'm going to place my glitter image that I have here. Send it behind. And what we're going to do is just scale it down just a little bit. And then we're going to use image trace, high fidelity photo, and watch as it converts the bitmap image into a vector. So it's quite a detailed image, so it could take some time to create all the detail in that. But the good news is you probably only have to go through this process once, and then you can open up your library, although I have it saved already, but you can select your image and drag it into your library, and it will save it for future use. So you can use it time and time again for different projects. Once we've saved it, I can select my logo, select that bitmap image, go object, clipping mask, make, and there we go. I should get my lovely glitter behind the image. I'm just going to put some black behind that to show you how it stands out. And there we go. So we have our glitter, we have our gradient, and using a foil. So choose one that suits your client or one that you want to explore. And please load up your experiments and your logos and type. We'd love to see what you got up to creating gold type. That's all from me. Till next time. Goodbye.